can, okay. So at least I can then pick on people. So you can't hide behind the screen. So Madhya Lok is what we're looking at. So this, if I remind you, so this is the Lok. This here, this bit here, where my cursor is, this is where the Madhya Lok is, Asankhya Dvip Samudra. So humans stay in the first 2.5 islands and the first 2 oceans only. And we are now looking at Jammu Deep. Jammu Deep is a very important island because it is at the center, right at the center of the lok, and we happen to be living right in the center of the lok. So, so let's understand Jammu Deep. It's important to understand Jammu Deep because once you understand Jammu Deep, you will also be able to understand the other 2 islands, the islands of Dhapkikand and the island of Pushkar Dweep, because the way those islands are made up, it's exactly the same as the island of Jammu Deep. So if you understand it, once you have comprehended Jammu Deep, you will also be able to understand the other 2 islands very easily because they have very close similarities. So if I now take you to the this cascade thing is working, which is good. First time I'm doing the cascading thing, didn't think I was capable of doing it, but there you are. This is the TV Lok Asankhya Dweep Samudra. So right in the middle, you'll see the green dot. So inner the green dot, the green dot, that is the island of Jammu Deep. So if we just zoom in on that island, let's just see what it looks like. This is what, so this is the Dhai Deep. This is what is known as Dhai Deep. Dhai means 2.5. So humans live in 2.5 bits of the 2.5 of the center islands. So it's Jammu Deep in the center. Then Dhatkikand is the second island, which you see here after Lavan Samudra. And then humans also live in the half of Pushkar Dweep. So this half, this mountain range is called Manushottar Parvat. So this is Manushottar Parvat. So humans reside in the inner half of that island. So this bit here, this half of the island is known as Pushkar Ardh. The Ardh means the half. So humans reside in Jammu Deep, in the whole of Dhatkikand, and in the half of the island of Pushkar Dweep. So 2.5 islands. We've also seen that this area here, which contains the 2.5 islands, that has 5 Merus. Yeah. So we have Sudarshan Meru right in the center. You see a dot right in the center. So that's Sudarshan Meru right in the center. Then we have 2 other Merus. The 2 other Merus in the island of Dhatkikand, and 2 other Merus here and here in the island of Pushkar Dweep. So each Meru has a similar formation to the island of Jammu Dweep. As Jammu Dweep has only 1 Meru, the island of Jammu Dweep has only 1 Bharat Kshetra, has 1 Iravat Kshetra, and has 1 Videk Kshetra. And similarly, the Dhatkikand, the eastern side here, has 1 Meru. So that has its own Bharat Kshetra, which is the yellow bit here. Yeah. Then this is its Videk Kshetra, the one in brown, and in red, that's its Airavat Kshetra. Similarly, this Meru, this is Vijay, this is Achal Meru. Achal Meru also has its own Bharat Kshetra, which is here, its own Videk Kshetra on both sides, which you see in brown, and in red, you will see Airavat Kshetra. So it has its own Bharat Kshetra as well. And then this is the island of Pushkar. So on the eastern side, there is another Meru there. It's smaller. And that also has its own Videk Kshetra, which is surrounding it. Then this half here is its Airavat Kshetra, and this half here, yellow, is its Bharat Kshetra. Similarly, there is another Vidyunmal Meru here. So that has its own Bharat Kshetra, which is yellow, Airavat Kshetra, which is red, and its own Videk Kshetra. So that's how the 2.5 islands where humans live, um, that's how they are formed. So they're very, very similar. And they have their own Kulachal Parvats. We've seen, right? So if I take you now to Jambudweep, this is Jambudweep. I'll make that a bit smaller. You'll see 6 mountain ranges. These are called Kulachal Parvat. We've seen they go from the east to the west, touching the ocean of Laman at both ends. So this is the first bit here. You see if I can, so this, oops. So there's a pen somewhere. Just show you the pen, get the pen out. So I can draw. So this is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, fifth, and sixth. So there are 6 mountain ranges in the island of Jambudweep, and the names of those islands are on the left-hand side. You might not be able to see them all because made them very small. If I just make them even smaller, you'll be able to see. So this here is Himwan, this is Mahahimwan, this is Nishad, this is Nila, this is Rukmi, and this at the top here is Shikhari. Yeah, so those are the 6 mountain ranges. Because there are 6 mountain ranges, that's caused there to be 7 pieces of land. So 6 mountain ranges run in the middle, and causing there to be 7 pieces of land. So we have Airavat Kshetra at the top. Then we have Bharat Kshetra where we live at the bottom here. This is also a very interesting thing to learn what Bharat Kshetra looks like. So that's Bharat Kshetra here. We'll come back to that in a second, hopefully. And this is going to be maybe, well, this Thursday might be the last class. Well, it's the last class for this week anyway. So there's no class on Monday, okay? And on Thursday, I'll see how much I can cover. I'm not sure how much I will be able to cover. I might not be able to cover the whole of the Middle Earth, Jambudweep, etc., because we are running out of time. So in the last lecture on Thursday, so there's no lecture on Monday. In the lecture on Thursday, what I'll do is I'll spend some time recapping what we've learned. Okay, I'll try and make some progress as well, so you have a fuller picture. So I'll try and cover as much of Jambudweep as possible. So then you have some idea of Jambudweep, then you can relate it to the other islands as well. So where are we? So these 7 mountain ranges, sorry, 6 mountain ranges called Kulachal Parvat. And so the 7 lands here, the names of the lands are written on the right-hand side. So the yellow is known as Bharat Kshetra. Then we have this land here. This is known as Hemvat. Hemvat has Jaganya Bhogbhumi. Yes, remember what Bhogbhumis are? That's where the animals and the humans don't have to work for a living. So this is the lowest Bhogbhumi here. Then this is the Madhyam Bhogbhumi, the middle Bhogbhumi, known as Harik Kshetra. And then we have Videk Kshetra here. This is the brown area, Videk Kshetra. And in the middle, so in the middle, you'll see some pink areas of land. These are the Uttam Bhogbhumi. So this is known as Uttar Kuru. This is known as Dev Kuru. So this is the Uttam Bhogbhumi. Okay, so on the right-hand side is the Eastern Videk Kshetra, and this is the Western Videk Kshetra. Then again on the top, this land here, which you see, this is the Madhyam Bhogbhumi, and again, this is the Jaganya Bhogbhumi, and then we have Airavat Kshetra at the top. So if you split this island in half, okay, here, if you split it in half, the top half and the bottom half is a mirror reflection. Can you see that? Yes? Yes? Yeah, Haji? Thumbs up, everyone.
Haji.
Very good. So this is a mirror reflection. So for Airavat Kshetra here, you have Bharat Kshetra. Then for this Jaganya Bhogbhumi here, which is Hiranyavat, you have this land here, Hemvat. Then for this land here, which is the Madhyam Bhogbhumi, this is Ramyak. So you have Harik Kshetra here. Then in the middle, you have Videk Kshetra. Yes, so that's how the formation is. So that's the names of the mountains and the names of the lands. So here in Airavat Kshetra and in Bharat Kshetra, we have what is called Kal Parivartan. Kal Parivartan. So Kal Parivartan means what? Kal Parivartan means changing of the times. Okay. So in Bharat Kshetra and Airavat Kshetra, you have 6 eras: one, two, three, four, five, six. In the first era, this is Utkrush Bhogbhumi. So it's Utkrush Bhogbhumi here and here in Airavat Kshetra. Utkrush Bhogbhumi, so it's same as Uttar Kuru and Dev Kuru. Yes. So that's how, so here the animals and the humans that reside here in the first era, they have Uttam Bhog. So they are living in Uttam Bhogbhumi. So they have they don't have to work for a living, and they Ayushya, they live the longest, they have the most material pleasures. So that's the Uttam Bhogbhumi. Then in the second era here and in Airavat Kshetra, you have what is known as Jaganya Bhogbhumi. Okay. So Jaganya Bhogbhumi, it's similar to the Bhogbhumi here and here. This is, sorry, Madhyam Bhogbhumi, sorry. So this is also Madhyam Bhogbhumi and Madhyam Bhogbhumi. So the material pleasures are not the top, not the worst either. They're somewhere in the middle. And sorry. So that's that's the second era here and here. Then we have the third era. In the third era, there is Jaganya Bhogbhumi. So the Bhogbhumi here in the third era in Bharat Kshetra and Airavat Kshetra is similar to the Bhogbhumi here in the Hiranyavat here and in the Hemavat here. These Bhogbhumis here, the times do not change. So here, the Jaganya Bhogbhumi is everlasting. Yes, so everlasting. So there is no Kal Parivartan here. So this is always a Jaganya Bhogbhumi. Similarly, this is always a Madhyam Bhogbhumi. So time does not change there. This is always Uttam Bhogbhumi. Here, Devkuru and Uttar Kuru, this is always Madhyam Bhogbhumi. This is always everlasting Jaganya Bhogbhumi. The Kal Parivartan takes only here in the Bharat Kshetra and in the Airavat Kshetra. Kal Parivartan also does not take place in the Videk Kshetra here. In the Videk Kshetra, there is always the fourth era, the fourth era. So if I was to go through each of these pieces of land, you will be able to tell me whether there is Kal Parivartan, if there is, how many Kals there are. Yes, so if you start from the top, so at the top is Airavat Kshetra. So how many Kals in Airavat Kshetra?
6.
6. Okay. And then we get to this this Bhogbhumi here. Which Kal is there here?
3rd.
Anyone else? Adi? Adi Gutka.
No, 4th.
Third. So the 6 eras, yes, 6 eras. The first era is Uttam Bhogbhumi. The second era is Madhyam Bhogbhumi. The third era is Jaganya Bhogbhumi. The fourth era is the start of the Karma Bhumi. The fifth is also the Karma Bhumi. The sixth is also the Karma Bhumi. So we have 6 Kal Parivartans here. Here in Hiranyavat, there is always the third era, the third era. So you were right, Adi number 1. So this is the third era. And who else wants to say the time here in this land here, which is Ramyak? Anyone else apart from Adi? Ramyak, what is the time there? Jano, can you say?
The fourth era?
Here, no. This is a Bhogbhumi, remember. This is a Bhogbhumi. This is Madhyam Bhogbhumi.
Is it the first era then?
Huh?
Is it the first era then?
Second.
Go. Again, let's start again. Let's start. Go. First is Uttam Bhogbhumi, yes? Then the second is Madhyam Bhogabhumi, yes. Third is Jaganya Bhogabhumi. So Uttam means the top, Madhyam means the middle, and Jaganya means the lowest, okay. Then we have three Karma Bhumis. So fourth, fifth, sixth. So this here is a Bhog Bhumi. Yes, it must be one or two or three. So what did I say? Which bit is this? Is this the Madhyam Bhog Bhumi or the Utkrish Bhog Bhumi or the Jaganya Bhog Bhumi? What is it? Jano.
The second era.
The second era, very good. That's the second era. Yes, second era. And this is the Uttam Bhumi here. Devguru Uttam. So what is it? Somebody else, somebody else. Saksham, Saksham. Can you answer? What is this? What time period runs here in the
First
Uttam?
era.
Huh?
The first one. The
Yes,
first
very
era.
good. The first era, very good. First era. Okay, first era, making progress. So, what is the time period here from the six in the Videk Kshetra? Who else have I got? I've got Ashi. Huh? Can you unmute and speak? Here. What is the time here? Sorry? I can't hear you.
Second era.
No, this is Karma Bhumi, remember. This is Karma Bhumi, yes? Karma Bhumi. So it must be 4 or 5 or 6. And remember, this is Videk Kshetra. So in Videk Kshetra, time does not change. It is always the fourth era. Always the fourth era. Like we here in Bharat Kshetra, we are currently in the fifth era. So the fifth era here and the fifth era in Airavat Kshetra. But time does not change. Time does not change, meaning that there is constantly the fourth era in the Videk Kshetra. Okay. So again here, what time is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it here? In the Harit Kshetra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? Is it first of all? Is it a Bhog? Okay, I've got Adi. I've got Janav. Who else? Who else? Okay, Janav.
Yeah.
Huh?
Is it the sixth era?
No, 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 no. Not the sixth era. Remember, you have to see. This is a Bhog Bhumi. This is
It's in the first.
Bhog Bhumi. I know Adi will get it right. That's why I'm not asking you, Adi. I know you will get it right. Who else? This is the Madhyam Bhog Bhumi. Madhyam Bhog Bhumi. Madhyam Bhog Bhumi. Saksham.
The second one.
The
Second
second
era.
era. The second era. Very good. And here, just this pink bit of land at the top. Okay, I'll give Adi a chance. Adi.
It's the third era.
It's the third era. Very good. And in the Bharat Kshetra here,
Fifth era.
huh?
The fifth era.
Time changing. The time changes.
Yeah, so there's changes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 6 eras. So the time changes here and here. Okay. So we are currently in the 5th era in Bharat Kshetra. That's why you don't find any Tirthankars where we are. Okay. But here, if you go to Videk Kshetra, okay, as this is the 4th era here and here, you will find Tirthankars here. Yes. So you will find Simandar Swami here. You will find Yugmandar Swami here. You will find Bahu Swami here. And you will find Subahu Swami here. So there's 4 Tirthankars that reside in these 4 segments. Yes. So if you want to go to meet Simandar Bhagwan, I've now shown you the map. I've shown you the map. Okay. So you can put it on your Google, put it in your Google. What will you put? You will put Simandar Bhagwan in Videk Kshetra. Try it. If you put it in Google, you will see how long it takes you to get there. Yes, you can't go there by car, okay, because you will see there's big mountain ranges in between. There's big pieces of land, okay. So you may not be able to go by car, okay. So you'll have to get a lift, okay. You'll have to get a lift. So you have to find out which aeroplane goes to Videk Kshetra, okay? If you can't find any planes going to Videk Kshetra, then what do? You find the help of a Dev. You ask a Dev, please take me to Videk Kshetra. Yes, that's the only possible way of going to Videk Kshetra. Yes, so this is where the Bhagwans live. Currently, the Bhagwans live here. Sea Mandar here in the northeast. Then we have Sea Mandar, then Yug Mandar in the, so the northeast. So this is the southeast. Then Sea Mandar, Yug Mandar, then we have Bahu in the southwest. And then we have here Bahu, Subahu Bhagwan in the northwest. Yes. So that's where the 4 Bhagwans live. And the other 4 Bhagwans, well, since we're at it, I'll tell you. The other 4 Bhagwans, so we've seen 4 Bhagwans, yes? We've seen 4 Bhagwans in the center here in Jambudweep. 4 more, can you see 4 segments here?
Yeah.
And then 4 segments here.
Yeah.
So in each of these segments, there are 4 Bhagwans. So 1 Bhagwan per segment, okay? Similarly, there's 1 Bhagwan for segment here. Similarly, this is Pushkar Dweep. There are 4 segments here by the Meru. So there are 4 Bhagwans here and there are 4 Bhagwans here. So my question is this. So you can raise your hands. Okay, just stick your hand up and I'll see who can answer. How many Bhagwans in Videk Kshetra at the moment? How many Bhagwans in Videk Kshetra at the moment? Don't shout. Okay, Suhani.
1.
No. You'll not be paying attention. Anyone else? I've got Adi willing to put his hand up, but we've counted them. Safsham.
4.
You see, 4 here, yes? So you count them now, yes? 4 here, so let me go back to the chart, yes? So if I just go back, so we have 1 Bhagwan here, 1 Bhagwan here, 1 Bhagwan here, 1 Bhagwan here, yes? So that's the island in the center, yes? The island in the center, yes? That's 4 Bhagwans. 4 more Bhagwans here, yes? 4 more Bhagwans here, 4 more Bhagwans here, 4 more Bhagwans here. How many Bhagwans?
20.
20. Okay, so let me ask you another question. How many Bhagwans in Jambudweep? It's very easy. Now it's very easy. Jano.
4.
4. Okay, another question. Slightly difficult. How many Bhagwans in Dhatki Khand Dweep? It's not that difficult. No. I'm not going to give any judge. Sorry. I know you will get it right. That's why. Okay, we have Jana. Do we have anyone else? Adi Gutka.
8.
8. Very good. So another easy question. How many Bhagwans in Pushkarad Dweep? Ashi, how many Bhagwans in Pushkarad Dweep?
8.
8. Very good. So in total, we have 8 plus 8 plus 4. So we have 20 Bhagwans. Yes. So that's where the 20 Bhagwans live. Okay. So, okay, my next question. Yes, I've told you the names of the Bhagwans. Yes. Simandar, remember these 4 names. Simandar, Yugmandar, Bahu, and Subahu. Once more, because I'm going to ask you a question. Yes. Simandar, Yugmandar, Bahu, and Subahu. So what I want to know is this. Who is our closest Bhagwan? Ashi.
Simandar Bhagwan?
No. Good try, but no. Simandar Bhagwan is all the way here. We are here. See, we are here in Bharat Kshetra. Simandar Bhagwan is here. Janal.
Sukhmandar Bhagwan?
Yugmandar Bhagwan and Bahu Bhagwan. Both are equally close to us. Yes. So Simandar, Yugmandar is here. So to get from here to here, it's a lot easier than to get from here to here. If you go from here to here, you have to cross this big river. So if you want to visit a Bhagwan, it's easier to visit Yugmandar Bhagwan. Yes. So I've now told you, you have two possibilities. You have two chances to visit either Bhagwan. Yes. So you can visit either Bhagwan. Yes. Did anyone manage to find on the Google? No. No one? Huh?
No, I can't find anything.
You can't find anything on Google. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, if you find something on Google, share it with me because I couldn't find either. Okay. Fine. Let's move on a bit. Okay. So we've done all of that. Fine. So we just let's read from here. So this, what's the distance? What's the distance from one end to the other? Remember this distance here?
So 100,000 Newton.
Very good. 100,000 yojans. Okay. And the distance from here to here?
100,000 Newton.
100,000 yojans. Okay. So let's just read a bit. 1,00,000 योजन व्यास वाले जम्बू द्वीप के दक्षिणोत्तर व्यास के हम 190 भाग करेंगे तो उसमें एक भाग प्रमाण तो भारत क्षेत्र का बाण है इसे पहले समझेंगे. So what it's saying is this the diameter from here from the north to the south is 100,000. Yes. So what you do is you divide this 100,000 into 190 parts, divided into 190 parts. Yes. So okay, fine. I'm not sure whether you understand or not. So it's 100,000 is the total length from one end to the other. Okay. If you divide it into two parts, say, if you divide the whole of this length into two parts, how much is one part worth?
50,000.
50.
Huh?
50,000.
50,000. If you divide it into four parts, how much is one part worth?
25,000.
25,000. If you divide it into 190 parts, how much is one part worth? See, that's a bit more difficult. You see, you will not get it straight away. So, but anyway, so I'm not asking you to calculate it into a figure, but just in your mind, just divide this whole line into 190 parts. Okay, yeah. So what the acharyas are saying is that one part only is Bharat Kshetra. Only one part where we are, where we live. One part is Bharat Kshetra, and the remainder is everything else. So how much is everything else?
189 Bharat Kshetras.
189 worth of Bharat Kshetras. That's right. So we are in 190th, such a tiny area. We are in such a tiny area compared to the whole Jammu Dweep. Okay, so that's where we are. So let's just read again. जम्बू द्वीप गोलाकार होने से जब हम उसके आड़े भाग करेंगे तो सबसे दक्षिण की ओर भरत क्षेत्र ऐसा धनुषाकार दिखेगा. So you see, this is the shape of Bharat Kshetra. Yes, you can see that, can't you? Yes, that's pretty obvious. Yeah. So that's the shape of Bharat Kshetra. So this is the shape. It's like what do you call it? Like a moon shape. It's moon shape, or like the Siddhshila shape. So it's curved, and then you have a flat line here. That's what Bharat Kshetra looks like. Dhanush की जो प्रत्यंचा होती है, जिसके मध्य में बाण पकड़कर हम उससे खींचकर छोड़ते हैं, उसे प्रत्यंचा को यहाँ हम भरत क्षेत्र की जीवा कहेंगे. So just imagine this shape here is Bharat Kshetra, like this. Okay, so this is like the shape of a bow, and it's like the shape of a bow. Yes. So the distance here, this is the distance you want. This distance here in the middle, that's the distance which is 190th. You understand? So
Which distance?
So this right in the middle here, from north to south. Okay. So if this is I can't, I need some space. So if this is the curve, yeah, looks like, so if this is a curve like this, so right in the middle where it's the longest, okay, that's where the measurement is, the 1/90th. This measurement here, this measurement here, this is 1/90th, yeah? So this is where you would put the arrow. So that's known as pratyancha, pratyancha. That's where you put the arrow. So similarly here, this line here is the 190th portion of the whole. Yes. So where it's at the widest, that's where it is. Okay, let's see what else. Oops, I can't seem to.
So we are just little part of that. Am I right? Part of the
Yes.
180.
We are
part
only
of
one part of
190th.
190, so 189 still to go, still to go. So it just shows you how vast this
Tiny,
island is, okay?
yeah.
So we only know a very small area within this, only one small area within this, okay? What you know as the five, the 7 continents, the 5 oceans, okay? That's also is a very small area within this yellow coloring. Okay, we don't even know the whole of that. We don't know the whole of Bharatchetra, let alone we know anything about Jambudweep. Yes, so that's how big Jambudweep is. That's why I'll move on to here. It's not allowing me to go. Okay, I'll see if it now allows me to. No, it's allowing me to move. It's fine. This. That's it. इसके नाप से सभी क्षेत्र और पर्वतों की चौड़ाई हम मध्य भाग में कितनी है वह देखते हैं। जहाँ भरत क्षेत्र को 1 भाग प्रमाण कहा, वहाँ हिमवान पर्वत की चौड़ाई दक्षिणोत्तर विस्तार 2 भाग प्रमाण है। यहाँ पूर्व पश्चिम विस्तार की बात नहीं है। यहाँ एक क्षेत्र एक पर्वत, एक क्षेत्र एक पर्वत, प्रत्येक एक से दूसरे दुगुना विस्तार वाला होता है। हिमवान पर्वत से दुगुना विस्तार वाला 4 भाग प्रमाण। Okay, let me try and explain to you in my own words so you then understand what this paragraph is trying to say. Okay, so what essentially this paragraph is trying to say is if the lands to the north of Bharatkshetra are double each time. Okay, so if the distance here is so it's 1 of 190, yes, 1 part of 190. The next mountain range, okay, the next mountain range is double that of Bharatkshetra. Then this next piece of land is double that of the mountain range. This is again double, this is again double, this is again double, this is again double. Then there is a decrease in width here. You understand? So this is 1/90th, okay? So just forget the 1/90th bit. Just imagine this is 1, okay? So this parvat here would be how many? We're talking about yojans now, yes? So we'll convert that how many 1/90th bit is equal to how many yojans? We'll come back to that in a second. But if we just divide this 100,000 yojans into 190 bits, if this is 1 bit, this mountain range here is how many bits? Anyone? Anyone? Was everyone confused? Everyone confused?
I think it's 2. Is it 2?
2. Yeah, it's double. It's double
Oh, yeah.
time. If you can see these lands. Okay, these lands are getting bigger. Yes. So this is the smallest. This is even bigger. This is even bigger. This is even bigger. This is even bigger. And this is the biggest. So this is 1. Okay. So the mountain range then becomes what? Becomes 2. Yes.
2.
It's double. Yes. So then we have a mountain. So then we have a land again here. This is Hemwad. So that's 4. That's 4. So write this down. Yes. If you have a note,
Yeah.
write this down. So this is 1. The mountain is 2. This land here is 4. This is how much here? This mountain range again?
8,
8. And this is how much? This land in pink again?
16,
16. And this big mountain range is how much?
32.
32. So again, similarly, so it's 32 up to this point. Similarly, the north is exactly the same. So this is how much here?
One.
1. This mountain range is how much?
2.
Two.
2.
This land in pink?
4.
Oh,
This mountain range here?
8.
8,
8. This big pink piece of land?
16.
16. This mountain range here?
32.
So this land in middle would be how much?
128. No, 64.
This is
64.
64, 64.
So if you add now start adding these numbers. So I'm going to repeat them. You note them and you add them. So it's 1. I'm just going from the north. Okay. There's 1. Then we have 2 here. Then we have 4. Then we have 8. Then we have 16. Then we have 32. Then we have 64. Then again we have 32. Then we have 16 here. Then we have 8 here. Then we have 4 here. Then we have 2 here. Then we have 1 here. Okay, I'll give you a minute or so just to add those up. What does it total? It's very
190.
easy, by the way. It's not that difficult.
190.
190.
190. That's why I told you that 100,000 divided into 190 segments. So now you understand why we divided it into 190 segments. Yes, that's why we divided this into 190 segments. So there's no interference. Can you unmute if you don't want to speak? Yes. Do you have a question, Adi? Do you have a question? No? Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So that's 190 yojans, okay? So see, this is where the calculations come in. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 is 63. So it's 63 at one end,
63.
yeah? 63 at one end from here to here. Again, from this end to this end, it's also 63, and this is 64. So 63 plus 64 plus 63 totals what? 63 plus 64 plus 63 totals what?
190.
190. That's where the 190 total comes, okay? So out of the 190, only one part is Bharat Kshetra, one part is Airavat Kshetra. 2 parts are these mountains. The top mountain here, I'm not going to go to the names of the mountains again. So this mountain range here. So this land here is 4 part. This is 4 part. This is 8 part. This is 8 part. This is 16 part. 16. This is 32. This is 32 and 64 in the middle. It total comes to 190. Now, what you need to do is we've divided the 100,000. We've divided. Let's just see how good your maths is. Okay. Let's see how good your maths is. So we've divided 100,000 yojans into 190 parts. So what is the value of the one part? You can use your calculator. What is the value?
526.
526, yes. Plus a fraction, yes. So you'll see here, 526 and 6 upon 11, 6 upon 19, 6 upon 19. So that is the value of one part, okay? So this line here, this one part line here, this is, how many yojans is this? This is 526 yojans. 526 yojans. And 1 yojan is equal to 4,000 miles. 1 yojan is equal to 4,000 miles. So how many miles is Bharat Kshetra at its widest point? You can use calculator. If you have a calculator, it's not that difficult to just see.
It's
2.1
2
million.
billion. 2,104,000.
2
I did not-
million. Okay. So I'm going to take your word for it. Does anyone have a different answer, or is that
Yeah,
right?
2,010,000.
2 million, same thing.
Yeah.
104. 2,100,000. Same thing what he said.
2,104,000. Okay,
Yeah.
2,104,000. So this width here is so Bharat Kshetra, how long is it at its highest point? it's just forget about 104 bit. It's 2 million miles long. 2 million miles long. And what's the diameter of the known world? What we know as the current world, the five continents: America, Asia, Europe.
526.
No. Forget it. That's this calculation. But now I'm talking about your modern world. Yes, the modern world, the globe that you see.
Oh,
Yes.
11,000 miles long.
So it's 11,000. It's 11 or 12,000. So the modern world as we know it, it's only 12,000 miles long. Yes. But if you see, only this width here, it's 2 million miles. Can you just see? So what we know is such a small portion of the total Bharat. So if this is 2 million miles, just imagine how many miles this would be across. Yes. So how much of the world do we know? How much of the world do we really know? A really tiny proportion. Yes, a really tiny proportion, right? So it's comparing a lake to a small pond, yes, to a small puddle, yes. So what we know is we know the puddle, but we don't know the lake. Similarly, in this area here, we know so little of Jambudweep. We only know a very small portion, only 12,000 miles or so worth of Jambudweep, of Bharat Kshetra is what we know. But the rest, so if you divide 2 million, so 2 million, so it's 2,104,000, whatever it was. So we know 2 million miles we don't know. So majority we don't know. So 99% of the Bharat Kshetra we don't really know. See, so how fascinating is that? Huh? How fascinating is that? Any questions so far, or can I move on? Any questions?
So what happens in the remaining? What sort of life is there in the remaining?
It's exactly the same throughout. Exactly the same.
Oh, exactly the same throughout.
Exactly the same. This is everywhere here. So when we talk, so no, it's not quite exactly the same. Okay. Since you asked the question, okay, I'm going to take you to Bharat Kshetra. So make this area a lot bigger. Yes. Do you want to see Bharat Kshetra in full? Haji ya Naji. Haji.
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 Haji. Okay,
Haji.
let's see Bharat Kshetra in full. So this is the Bharat Kshetra in full, yes? This is the Bharat Kshetra in full, yes? So this area here was the 2 million. This area here, okay? Where we are somewhere here, a very small portion, we are somewhere here. So Bharat Kshetra has six segments known as the Churkhand. Churkhand. Have you heard of Bharat Chakravarti? Yes?
Yeah.
So Bharat Chakravarti, what is he famous for? He goes and conquers the six khans, yes? He goes and
Yes.
conquers the six khans. So these are the six khans that he conquers, yes? So where we are is Arya Khand. So we only know a very small proportion of the Arya Khand. The rest of the five are Mlech Khand. You'll see, this is Mlech Khand, 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 okay? So there's a mountain range here. There's a big pond here. There's two rivers flowing from it. There's a mountain range in between. Because of all of that, that has created six divisions in the land known as the Shekhand. So when he conquers these six pieces of land, he starts conquering from here. Then he goes, I think, to the east. He conquers this. Then he conquers that. Then he goes north. He conquers that. Then he conquers this. Then he conquers this. So when he finishes conquering the six pieces of land, he goes, can you see this brown dot here?
Yeah.
So this is known as Rishabgiri. So he goes to this mountain and he writes his name here. You might have heard about it. So he erases the name of one of the Chakravartis because it's full of names of Chakravartis from the past who have conquered all these six lands. So he erases one of the names of the other Chakravartis and he puts his own name in this mountain here. known as Rishabgiri. Yes, so that's where Bharat Kshetra is. So where we are here somewhere. Don't know exactly where, but we are here somewhere. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on a bit. So I'm reading right at the bottom here. हमारे 5 नंबर के चार्ट में जम्बू द्वीप के गोल का ऊपर से नीचे तक का जो व्यास है उस व्यास के हम 190 भाग बता रहे हैं. So we've divided this into 190 segments. उस लाइन पर भारत क्षेत्र उस लाइन पर भारत क्षेत्र 5 to 6 योजन प्रमाण है. Yeah, so this is 5 to 6 योजन. उससे 2 गुना हिमवान पर्वत है. So this is 5 to 6 yojans. So the width of Himman Parvat is how many yojans? How many yojans?
1052.
Yeah, so how much is double? So 526 times 2,
1052.
152. So 1052, yes. So you can calculate this is 1052. This is double that. So it's 1052 times 2. 2504. Yes. 2504.
2104.
2104. Fine. So that's that. So you can calculate the distance from the top to the bottom in this fashion. Okay. So the next paragraph is saying जितना भरत क्षेत्र का बाण है विस्तार है उतना ही ऐरावत क्षेत्र का है. So this is 190th. This ऐरावत क्षेत्र is also 190th. This mountain range is 290th. This mountain range also is 290th. This is 490th here. This also is 490th here. This mountain range is 890th. This is also 890th here. This is 16th 90th. This is 16th 90th. This is 32 upon 190. Sorry, not 90th. Then this is also 32 upon 190, and this is 64 upon 190. So, so this is the chart. Okay, this chart. This is quite an important chart. So this is the name. So there's the Kshetra at the bottom. So we start off with Bharat Kshetra, then the second Kshetra. Yeah, so we have Bharat Kshetra, then we have a Parvat, then we have another Kshetra, we have a Parvat, we have another Kshetra, we have a Parvat, Kshetra, Parvat, Kshetra, Parvat, Kshetra, Parvat, and again Kshetra. So this first Kshetra starts with 1, Parvat is 2, then we have another Kshetra which is 4. We have another Parvat which is 8, then we have 16, and we have Nishat Parvat is 32, Videk Kshetra in the middle is 62, 32, then 16, then 8, then 4. Yeah, so if we add all of this up, it totals to 190. Yes, 190 Bhag Praman.
Ocean
Adi, if you mute, please, if not talking to me, please. Fine, so that's where we are. Any questions on this? So it's very clear. Very clear, yes? Haji, yes? Haji? Yes, good. Good, no one has a question. Brilliant, everyone understood. That's good. Okay, next bit. So we move on to the next bit. दक्षिणोत्तर व्यास पर हमने इस प्रकार विभाजन देखा. So we've seen the divisions from the north, from the south to the north. यदि पूर्व पश्चिम व्यास पर देखना है तो मध्य में. So if we now want to see the measurements here, okay, so then this is what they're talking about. So right in the center there is Sumeru Parvat. Okay, so this is 10,000 yojans. 10,000 yojans. Okay. So again, a mathematical question. Mathematical question. What proportion of Sumeru? What is the proportion of Sumeru to the whole diameter? What is the proportion? This is 10,000 yojans.
1/10.
Very good. 1/10. So Sumeru is 1/10 of the whole diameter here. So this is Sumeru Parvat, which is 10,000. Okay. Then दोनों और विदेक क्षेत्र का व्यास 23 योजन है. So then we have so we have 10,000 here, 10,000 here. Then this is one. This is a forest here on both sides. Can you see the lands in green? Yes. So these lands in green to both sides of this mountain are forests, and this forest is known as Bhadrashal Van. Bhadrashal Van, yes, Bhadrashal Van. So the distance. So this is 10,000. So the distance of Bhadrashal Van is 22,000 at one end and 22,000 on the other end. Yes. So this is Bhadrashal. So we have Sumeru, which is 10,000. Bhadrashal Van is 22,000 and 22,000 at both ends. Yes. And then we have Videk Kshetra, which is 23,000. So this is 23,000 and this is 23,000. So 10,000. So add these together. So it's 10,000, then 22,000 here, 22,000 here, 23,000 here, 23,000 here. What do you get? What do you get?
220, 46, 46. At 22, 20, 45, 90, 90, 21. At 22, 23.
100,000.
Very good. 100,000.
Only 44.
100,000. You get 100,000. Who said 100,000? Who said 100,000? Ah, Shaksha, very good, very good. You good at maths, very good. Because this is 10,000, then 22, then 22, then 23 is equal to 100,000. So that's how the diameter running from the east to the south is calculated. And we've seen how this is calculated. It's exactly the same, but they calculate in different ways because they're sort of showing different things. Here you want to see, you want the size for the Videk Kshetra, this one, Sumeru Parvat. That's why it's measured in a different way. And this is measured in a different way because here you are showing the mountains and the lands in between. Yes. Okay, so that's where we are. That's actually quite a lot to take in. We've covered quite a lot actually. I wasn't expecting to cover so much. Yeah, it's because you pick it up very fast. That's why I managed to do it relatively quickly. It's very good. Okay, where are we? Looking here. So we've seen, just to recap, we've seen this island of Jambudweep has 6 mountains. Because of the 6 mountains, there's 7 lands that have been partitioned. So 7 pieces of land, and these mountains are called what? What are these mountains called? These 6 mountains are called what? What are they called? Anyone can remember? Saksham?
Is it Kulachal Parvat?
Yeah, very good. Kulachal Parvat. Very good. दक्षिण से उत्तर तक देखते हुए पहला भरत क्षेत्र और 7वें ऐरावत क्षेत्र है, जहां we've talked about this actually. आर्यखंड की अवसर पीढ़ी और उत्सर पीढ़ी रूप 6 कालों का चक्र चलता रहता है. I'm not going to repeat this because we already covered it. Okay, so Videk Kshetra, let's talk about Videk Kshetra, yes? The Videk Kshetra is this area here, yes? So Videk Kshetra में नदियों और पर्वतों के कारण अलग-अलग क्षेत्र बने हैं. So this Videk Kshetra, you will see there's from this Meru, there is water flowing. This is a river, and this is also a river. So because of this river, you get the northern bit of Bharat Kshetra here, sorry, Videk Kshetra here, and the southern bit here. Similarly, in the west, there is a river flowing to the Lavan Samudra from here to here. It's flowing from the east to the west. And because of that river in between, you get two portions of Videkshetra, the northern portion, the northern segment, and the southern segment. That's what it's essentially saying here. पूर्व विदे में नीले रंग में सीता नदी दिखाई है, उसके कारण दक्षिण और उत्तर ऐसे दो विभाग हुए. So this nadi here, this is the Sita Nadi, and because of the Sita Nadi, this Videkshetra is split into two. This is the northern segment, this is the southern segment. जहां जो नंबर लिखे हैं उसे देखना. पूर्व विदे के उत्तर में 1 to 8. So let's just so what you will also see, in fact, so what I'm now going to do, no, in fact, I'm not going to do it because we're running out of time, and we have 3 minutes left. And what I wanted to show you was how this Videkshetra is made up of. So let me just show you just as a sample. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much detail today, but just as a sample, you'll see some numbering. You see some numbering here? 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. So it runs clockwise. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to 8, and then 9 this way. So it's clockwise, 1 to 8 and 9 to 16. Yes. So this is on the west. This is on the eastern side. So there's 16 nagaris. So these are the 16 big cities of Videkshetra. They're called Nagriya. 16 Nagriya on one side, and we have on the left-hand side, on the western side, again the same. So you see the numbering from 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24. Then on the top 25, 26, 27. So it again runs clockwise. Yes. So in total, there are 32 nagaris of Videkshetra. Yes. So that's one. So one Videkshetra has 32 nagaris. Okay, so my question is, so we'll finish on this question. Videkshetra has, one Videkshetra has 32 nagaris, okay? So my question is this, is very simple. How many nagaris in total in Videkshetra, in all of the Videkshetra? So think before you answer. Think before you answer. Don't just split the answer up and get it wrong, okay? So what I want to know is how many nagaris in the whole of the Videkshetra, wherever they are. How many nagaris? Let's just see who wants to put their hands up. I just want to, we've got Adi. I was expecting Adi to put his hand up straight away. Who else? Anyone else? Hina been putting her hand up. Bijakoi? Ashi? No? No? Yes? No? No? No?
I haven't got.
Ah, okay. Not as fast as Adi. Anyone else? Anyone else? No? Okay, I'm going to ask Adi since he's the keen to give an answer. Okay, Adi.
There are 160 cities.
Wow. And how do you get to that figure?
Because there's 5 Videkshetras.
Yes.
And then you just multiply 32 by 5 and you get 160.
Wow, brilliant. Let me see if I can close this down. Why did I do that? Anyway, it's gone. Fine. So Videkshetras, there's 5 Videkshetras in total. One Videkshetra has how many? One Videkshetra has 32. So 32 times 5 is 160. Okay, another question. How many nagaris of Videkshetra does Dhati-Khand Dweep have? That's very easy. Anyone apart from Adi? Anyone else? Daksham. Very easy.
32.
No. Dhati-Khand, remember, Jambu Dweep has one Videkshetra, yes, Dhatki Khand has 2 Videk Kshetras, and Pushkara Dweep has 2 Videk Kshetras, making in total 5 Videk Kshetras. So again, what's
64.
64. So 64 Nagris in Dhatki Khand, 64 Nagris in Pushkara Dweep, and 32 Nagris in Jammu Dweep, making a total of 160. Yes. So 160 Nagris. So we have 160 Nagris. Yes. We have 5 Bharat Kshetras. We have 5 Airavat Kshetras. Yes. So the total is how many? How many Kshetras? Karma Bhumi Kshetras? 160 plus 5 plus 5.
170.
170. So at the the maximum amount of Tirthankars you can have, okay, at any given point is 170. So you have 1 Tirthankars in each of the Nagaris. Yes, you have 1 Tirthankar in each of the Bharat Kshetras. You have 1 Tirthankar in each of the Airavat Kshetras. So 170 in total. Yes, 170 Tirthankars. When did this happen? So when Ajitnath Bhagwan was on this earth in Bharat Kshetra, at that time, there was 1 Tirthankar in every single Nagari. So there were 170 Tirthankars in the Adidip. Yes, interesting fact to know. Fine, let's just finish here. Who's going to do Purnauti? Who's going to do Purnauti? Saksham, you going to do Purnauti?
Sorry?
Can you do Purnauti? You
Yeah.
can say whatever you like. You can say no Kari uniform. Yeah, go on.
निज निधि निज में बता के अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिनवाणी माँ को वंदना शतकाल.
Okay, since we've seen the 20 Tirthankars in the Vinay Kshetra, we'll say a Jai Ho to them. Okay? Boliye Vis Viharman Bhagavan no Jai Ho, Jai Ho. Mahavir Bhagavan no Jai Ho. Pashanath Bhagavan no Jai Ho.
Jai Ho.
Jinwani Mata no Jai Ho.
Jai Ho.
Jain Dharma no Jai Ho. So remember, guys, no class on Monday. So there'll be a class on Thursday. So I'll see you on Thursday. If anything changes, I will put it on the group, but otherwise there'll be a class on Thursday. Thank you guys for cooperation. I'll see you again on Thursday in 1 week's time, sharply at 3 p.m. Jai Jinendra Madane.
जय
Jai
जिनेंद्र.
Jitendra.